Hey everybody, Mike at Anglers here for another episode of What's Hot, but this time it's Z-Man edition. Yes, Z-Man. So, as you can see here, we have a ton of Z-Man. Well, right here on the table is a bunch of new styles and colors that we got in recently, as well as the new hats, of course, you can see that I'm rocking, as well as this awesome tech hat. So, let's go over some of the baits and lures we got in. So, I guess we'll start off with the terminal tackle. We got in the silver chatterbait eye strike jig heads. So they're just the eye strike jig head with, this one is a silver blade. We've had the gold, we just got them in the silver. This is a 1/4 ounce 4/0 hook right there. We also are now carrying the TT Lures headlocks, specifically made for Z-Man products. So we have them in the 1/8 6/0, 1/6, and 1/8 3/0, 1/6 4/0. So good for your different style baits, different sizes, things like that. Moving on, we'll go to the freshwater stuff. We got some Zinkers in. These are more like a Senko style bait. We have them in the Goby Bryant color, green pumpkin, as well as just the regular pearl. That is a hot, I'm really excited to try that Goby Bryant, and plus it's a great name. You can't go wrong with that. Moving on, we have some trout tricks here from Z-Man. So these are more of a slender profile, soft plastic stick bait here. We have them in a couple different colors: fried chicken, margarita lime chicken, Ralph's shad, and opening night. Cool thing about these, as you can see, it's a nice slender profile. It has a little slot in the top so you can hide a weedless hook if you want to rig up with one of these head chin locks hooks. Super slender profile. These are great. You can rig them on a jig head. You want to twitch these around, lighter jig head, twitch them around, and these things just dance like crazy going through the water. Perfect lure for speckled trout, rockfish, things like that. So that's one of my favorite colors, the fried chicken. Moving on to the easy shrimps. I'm super excited about these because I love to use popping corks, and these have really good action behind the popping cork. We have them in the color Laguna shrimp, greasy prawn, natural, and shrimp po' boy here. So these are some of the most realistic shrimp on the market as far as just a simple soft plastic. The jointed segments here give it really good action in the water, yet they're still super stretchy for the elastic material. They have a nice little slot down here. You can put Pro-Cure scent, all that good stuff in if you would like. But these behind on a little 1/8 ounce to 1/4 ounce jig head under a popping cork, game over for speckled trout, rockfish, redfish, all that. So super excited to get these in stock. Moving on, we have the Trout Tricks jerk shrimps. So these are a little bit different. They're more of a solid body construction with little wings up here as well as appendages. And the cool thing about this, you can either let it be like that out of the package, or you can snip that in the middle, and what those little tails are going to do, they're just going to kick like that in the water like crazy. Rig these on a small jig head. You can do what's called Ned rigging. The guys in the bass market know what Ned rigging is, which is just a little mushroom style jig head, smaller hook, and you can just bounce it off the bottom. Nice thing about this is elastic is buoyant, so when you do that, it's literally going to sit like that, and then when you twitch it, it's going to go boing and just dance, and these little appendages are just going to dance like crazy in any type of little ripple, current, things like that. So we have them in the pearl as well as the Bloody Mary Sunday, which is a really cool color. Next, we got some new colors and some 5-inch scented jerk shads. So we have them in the Nuked Pilchard Glow. I'm a big fan of this color. It's like a smoky blue on the top with like a pearlescent on the bottom with black flakes in it, and it glows, which is even cooler. So that's a great one, as well as the Laguna shrimp. Great for speckled trout, rockfish during the mayworm hatch, redfish, things like that. Diesel minnows. So we got some of my favorite colors in the diesel minnows. So we have the 4-inch in the Bloody Mary Sunday. We also have in pinfish. That's one of my go-to colors for speckled trout and rockfish. The pinfish is just a great looking color. Has some green, gold, and blue flakes in it with the pearlescent bottom with that brownish top. Great color. We also have it in the pinfish in the 5-inch diesel minnow. More over here, we have some new colors in the minnow Z's. So we have Bloodworm, of course, the Bloodworm color. That's just super cool. It has really tiny red, green, and blue flake with that cool bloodworm kind of pinkish, brownish look. That's going to be great for giant. If you're going after big white perch, that's going to be a good one, especially mixed with some Procure Bloodworm Super Gel. Would be great on it. One of my other favorites, the blue crab. I mean, how awesome is that? So it's like a darker brown with gold, black, and red flakes with that pearlescent blue tail. So that looks like a little mini juvenile crab with that blue, little bit of blue on it, as well as that darker brown with that red flake is going to be great. Great little combination that they put there. Moving on to 7-inch scented jerk shads, we now carry the coral trout, the nuked pilchard glow, as well as mulletron. So I'm going to highlight this one because this is probably one of my favorites. It's a super bright hot orange with giant blue flakes in it. That is just hot. That's going to be a great lure to throw for those big bull reds, as well as dolphin under the lobster balls and stuff like that and out in the ocean. They're going to love that bright orange with that blue flake. It's really going to do really well in that blue water. And now all scented ones are scented with Procure Super Gel scent inside the package. So but it's great. It's got that slit. This is my go-to size all year round for striper, as well as sometimes the bigger gator trout. If you can get into them, I will throw a big 7-inch bait. It will hit it, but that's my go-to size for all year striper fishing, 7-inch with like a 1/2 to 3/4 ounce jig head. So as you can see, we have a brand new lineup of Z-Mans here, brand new SKUs, and look behind me, I have an entire Z-Man wall, which is awesome. I'm in love with it because Z-Man is my favorite. So we have everywhere from freshwater to saltwater to everything in between. So we got you covered. Thanks for tuning in on this week's episode of What's Hot Z-Man Edition. We'll see you next week.